Well, hello, and welcome back to our home here at Okarga Farms in Northeast Oklahoma. I'm Chip Jones, along with Bitsy, and we are back in front of the potting shed. This new structure that I introduced you to a couple of videos ago. I have been dying to get out here and get these planters at least planted up. We're still in the midst of winter, but we've had some really nice days. Today it was up in the middle 70s, so when you have that warmer weather, it makes you just itching and trying to get out, especially when I have new pots that I have never planted before. I have these wonderful iron urns. And of course, there's so many wonderful plants coming in at the garden center right now. The hellebores have just been really showing out. So I have been dying to get out and plant. So I thought, let's just plant up those urns in front of the potting shed. That would be the perfect start to start getting ready for spring. So what I've done is collected a few items at the garden center, just getting home from work. Had to grab all this stuff to get it together before the sun goes down too much. But I wanted to show you these beautiful urns, which I've had for a couple of years. They had kind of a grayish, light greenish color to them that had kind of worn off. So I decided to actually paint them the color of the potting shed, and I think they've turned out great. I wanted a really strong accent here in the front, and I think this is really going to be a really neat container as we go throughout the years. That's going to really see many transformations. Of course, I'm going to plant these now, but I tell you, probably by mid-April, I'll be ready to switch them out. We'll get these hellebores planted in the ground at that point. But these are all things that can really still take a light frost here in Oklahoma. As you see, because it's been so warm, a lot of the bees are already coming out. They're already looking for pollen. So it's great if you have plants available in your area to go ahead and get those out and make those pollinators happy. This is going to be a pollinator garden when we actually get it all pulled together. But it's a great way to start. Start with these containers and bring this potting shed to life. We've been doing some little additions. We're going to be taking you back in a couple of videos and showing you some other things that we're doing inside. But for now, I just want some color. I just want to do some gardening. And today what we're going to do is just do these two pots, and we're going to really see how much life we can bring to these containers. One of the first things I'm going to start with is the soil. And my favorite potting soil that I love to go to is good dirt. I love good dirt potting soil. It's been really successful for me. One of the things I love about good dirt, and I think our customers appreciate it too out at Sanders Nursery, is getting these smaller bags. A lot of people have condos, townhouses, things like that, where they have to take the soil inside, through the house, up to a patio or something. And this is just a perfect size. They're not those big, heavy bags. We have larger bags out at the garden center, but I thought I would show you today these wonderful bags, which are just great for transporting, and they're just not heavy at all. But again, another great brand that I absolutely love is the Good Dirt. So what's great about this soil is it's an actual living soil, and I'm going to tell you about the things they have in here. They have the bog bits, plant food, plant biotics, and peat moss. The thing I like about the Good Dirt brand is the peat moss that they use is actually naturally sourced from Canada. It is sustainably harvested, and they take it off just the top layer of these bogs, which are preserved just for this purpose. They're not going out and harvesting from unprotected lands. They actually harvest it where they have a contract, and they're leaving so much of the peat in the bogs to rebuild itself. So they're really just taking off those top layers every year. I know there's been a lot of controversy over in Europe talking about the peat moss. If it's harvested sustainably, it certainly is a great product, as we all know, that we've been using for years. What's key is just looking for a brand that takes it out in the proper way and uses it, because it is a great substance to have within your potting medium. And what we're going to do today is I'm going to fill this in. This will be the first time that we've actually had soil in these containers. I'm going to fill it up most all the way to the top, because I have a really unique structure that I'm going to be adding. I think I'll probably get one more bag to come in there. So let me grab that. I mean, just look at how light and fluffy this soil is, and you can just see how rich the soil is as well. To save time, I'm not really going to dampen it at this point, but usually what I do is come in and dampen it down, get it nice and damp. But the one thing I want to show you that we're going to start with today is our biggest element. Usually your most important element is that thriller, that plant that you put in the middle. You want to start there and then work your way down. Well, the thriller for these pots is not a plant. It's actually this architectural element. These are finials, iron antique finials that I found at an antique store, and I just fell in love with them. As we were putting the potting shed together, I was asked whether or not I wanted to paint the iron, and I said, you know, for now I want to leave it. It doesn't really show up that well. I did put them in the urns, and I stepped back and looked, but I love that it's repeating the fretwork. If you notice right here, on the doors, we have the iron railings here, and I think it just plays off nicely having that rustic finish on the finials here as well. In time, what I want to do is actually have some type of vining material that's actually going to grow up, but I love having just an unusual accent. Not always should it be a plant. I love using sticks and different types of elements to bring into a container to really make it unique and stand out. What I'm going to do now is go in with what would normally be our thriller. And this week, of course, it's these beautiful, beautiful hellebores. These are the Pink Promise hellebores. And what I'm going to do is actually put them in these pockets around this iron piece. Again, just probably going to keep them in for a month or so, and then I'll probably take them and put them into the perennial garden. So I'm going to go around and put one in each one of these pockets. Of course, what I've done is left the space here in the front so that it'll be a nice floral piece in between there. But what I'm kind of seeing too is how many plants I'm actually going to be able to put in this urn. It's a really big urn that I have to plant up. So this will be my first exercise in seeing how much it's actually going to take to plant up and make it look good. So now I'm just going to go in, fill it in with these hellebores, and then we'll see what element is coming next. Look at how nice these are looking already. Got this wonderful thriller in here, and even the bees have already followed us all the way up here to certainly be feeding on those hellebores as long as they can. So next comes the filler, and this time I'm coming in with these beautiful raspberry tone pansies. Of course, here in the south, we can do pansies in the cooler temperatures of the year, meaning fall and then late winter, early spring. So it's a great plant to have in the garden this time of year. Always around Easter is a wonderful time that we always have pansies. So what I'm going to do now is just go in with this filler plant, add a lot of the color around, and then we'll come back for the one last element in just a minute. To show you, this is a properly rooted pansy. Just look at those beautiful roots, how healthy that is. They're already breaking off. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 branches that are already coming off. So what I'll do, once these blooms start to peter out just a little bit, I'll come in and snip those, and this will continue to get fuller throughout the spring season. So again, look for plants that look nice and healthy. Currently at the garden center, take plants, turn the container over, pull them out, and see what that root system is like. I mean, this is perfect. It's already been growing in, and it's going to be a happier, healthier plant in this container because it's got a good root structure already. So I'm going to run around and get these finished. It's like the light's trying to go down on us, so I want to get these wrapped up. All right, so now we have all of those filler elements in there. Now comes the spiller. What I'm using this time is this variegated ivy. I think this is going to add just a wonderful punch as it drapes over this urn, just to kind of give it a different color and also give it a little bit different elements. So I'm going to run around now, put these in. We're going to see what it looks like. I cannot wait to get it all planted. And as you can see, Bitsy's over here digging as well. All right, looks like Bitsy's made her a mess today. She couldn't stand it that I was making one, I guess. So now comes the final element. When I went to Trader Joe's, I saw these wonderful pussy willow. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's just what I need. So I got a great supply of these. And I want you to look at the urn first before I put these in, which I think the urn looks absolutely beautiful, but I think this is just going to add a little more wow, a little more excitement. Of course, I'm not going to have anything really growing up for this season up on there. And I want you to look how much these are going to transform the look of it now. So now I'm going to go in and just kind of fill this in with this beautiful cut pussy willow. All right, how is that looking? I want to step back and look at it from the front, see if I've gotten everything kind of balanced out. Oh my gosh, I think it looks great. I just love adding elements like this. They're so easy to come in. And this pussy willow, because of the moisture in the soil, it's going to hold the flowers for a very long time. I don't usually have any problem. They last as long as the container arrangement lasts, and they just look wonderful. Look how much it's really just filled it in. Elements like this are always fun to me. I worked in the floral industry for a long time, and I love bringing some of that world into the gardening world, and I love using natural elements, and I certainly think this pussy willow is just the perfect thing that these containers added. So now I'm going to clean this up a little bit. I'm going to go over and get the other one done, and then we'll come back and wrap it up at the end and see what you think. All right, I just finished watering these in, and this officially ends the first project of gardening here at the potting shed. And what do you think? I just love how they turned out. And certainly it brings so much color and excitement here to the front of the potting shed. I've looked at these empty urns for way too long, and I have just been itching to do something. Again, they'll probably be here for another month or so, but then once we get past that frost date and we get those late spring, summer type annuals in, I'll be bringing in all kinds of new plants as well. But these hellebores are perfect. Again, hellebores, pansies, even the ivy can take some light frost. If we have a really cold spell, I'm just going to put frost cloth around it, help protect it. Of course, be sure to water things in if you're going to be giving them kind of their protection against any type of cold weather that might come in. Keep those stems hydrated, and that will keep them healthy as well. But I just love the way they turned out, and so excited about using these unique iron finials. Again, I'm always looking for unique elements to use here at the farm, especially in containers and structures out in the garden. I just love looking for things, especially vintage things, things that maybe are repurposed, that is being used in a new way. I doubt these were probably in any type of plant container before, but I certainly think those are fun and make a statement. And what we'll do is we'll let these dry and get a few days growth, and I'll post them on Instagram so that you can see what they're looking like. But again, a great project to get started. I love having this structure together and certainly starting to bring it to life. So with that being said, if you liked this video, be sure to subscribe, like, and follow me, the Preppy Gardener, and I'll be back with another video, especially right here in front of the potting shed, very soon.